up, guys? Helen Keller's grandson here, and holy shit, do I have a video. So 2 months ago today, this guy that goes by the name Break decided to join the Shot from the Point Discord server, and ever since then, he has been nothing short of entertainment. At first, I thought this guy was retarded, and as time went on, I still think he's retarded. But to an extent, I understand him. But to put it really blunt, this guy's fucking insane. You don't gotta take my word for it. Here's a clip from where we called him the Tommy C show for the first time.
We'll try this. Break Shitty, you're on the you're in the fucking call.
How you doing?
Yo.
How are you? How are you? You're on the air on Shot from the Point.
Yeah, no, I've been watching for a while. Good stream.
Thank you.
Well, so what's the subject of the stream? This wings guy?
All right. What we're doing is we're teaching people how to arm car bombs. What do you think of that?
No.
Oh, there's car bombs.
Get the fuck out of here, you jerk off. What a douche.
You gotta give that guy a second chance, Tommy. This guy's gold, I'm telling you.
Really?
Yeah.
Why are you so stupid, man? What the fuck's your problem, man?
What? Bailey's and Guinness? Like, you've never had an Irish car bomb?
No, never. Not once. Never.
You take it's almost like a sake bomb.
Yeah.
Right? A sake bomb, you take a fucking
I see.
beer, put some fucking toppings.
Do you have a topic to bring up?
Huh?
Do you have a topic to bring up?
No, you guys thought it was interesting. I didn't
think you're interesting at all. I think you're nuts. Are you in a mental hospital by any chance?
Yeah. I mean, I work with a few people.
No. Are you in there like a patient?
How the fuck would I be on the How the fuck would they give a mental patient the ability to talk to a bunch of random people from a stream? You know, bounce it back and forth, absurd as comedy. All right.
Rick, tell them about the whole situation you had at a concert. Are you comfortable talking about that?
Oh, no. I mean, I went to a concert, and I had somebody gave me drugs, and I had a bad trip. And, other than that, I mean, I met a few people who were interesting, and we made some contacts. I met this dude named Mike. You don't really know him.
No, I don't.
I mean... No, I know you don't know him.
Okay.
That's why I had to meet him at a concert, because
I see.
it's a good place to meet people, because it's got a lot of distortion in the background, if you know who the concert was.
Sure.
And if you understand the point of the music, and you understand that the muses pulling the strings and what the harp lady was doing out in fucking Garcia's, you would understand that. I'm a little bit more crazy than you think.
Yes.
But a lot saner than people would like to know.
I see.
I gotta go somewhere in a little bit. I gotta meet some people.
What are you doing?
Well, I gotta meet some friends, and then we're gonna go to the fucking bar. And
all right, nice.
Is Mike gonna be there?
Yeah, the Jew.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't like broccoli. But his name is fucking, Michael.
Okay.
And
Michael
Carl
the
was
Jew.
there. I'm gonna meet my friend Carl. Carlson.
Okay, so Mike isn't gonna pay though.
He's a Jew, bro. You know Mike. I know Mike. We all know Mike.
Sure.
I have a few kids.
Sure.
There.
How many kids do you have?
No.
I only have
I
two.
have a few. I mean, I have a
you know
few that don't live with me.
you know the exact number they have? I have two. I can count both of them.
When I was younger, I used to. I mean, I got.
Did you
around a little
forget? Like you had like 3 kids and you lost count somewhere along the line?
No. I mean, you hook up with the chick and sometimes you never hear from them again.
Never hear again.
You know?
So how many kids do you think you have? Like just rough estimate.
How many women have I slept with?
I don't know. Okay.
I mean, I don't know, because I mean, I usually keep in touch with most of them. There are a few chicks who I stopped talking to. I mean, I know of 4 kids.
4 kids.
If you know what the game is, you know that it's all fucking blowing smoke up people's ass.
Yeah, absolutely.
Literally.
I mean, that's gay, though.
I've made a career of it.
Sometimes you got to put a cigar up there, and they got to smoke it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's even gayer, though.
That's pretty gay.
I'm going to believe what he
How
says.
old are you, sir? How old are you?
Peg me.
What's that? How old are you? How old? No, from your voice.
You can tell by my age. Yeah.
No, I can't tell your age. That's what I'm trying to figure out, actually.
Yeah, that one lady, that Sally ice cream lady, thought I was like 21 or something like that.
Okay.
You sound 20, but you could be like 30.
I have a kid who's 15, and he's my oldest.
So you're about, what, 35?
Huh?
You're 35? Is that a good guess?
Closer. I mean, 5's in there.
So you're 25 and you have a 15-year-old?
Nah, I'm 52. I'm just kidding. I'm fucking around with you guys. What did Genghis Khan do? I mean, but Genghis Khan was one of the most successful males on earth, was he not?
Yeah, he was.
I mean, him and Charlemagne. I mean, not the black dude, but the actual Charlemagne.
Yeah. Tommy, why are we trying the VC? This is what we've been listening to for a whole 3 hours. So like,
because you're a fucking no shit.
Well, I really appreciate the call,
The original trilogy was nice. The original trilogy was nice.
Yeah, it was really good. I loved it. It's my favorite. It reminds me of my being a kid.
Well, the thing is, Disney is just gonna fucking beat the shit out of it until Disney goes out of business.
Good point. Good point.
I just want to say, do you mind if I change the conversation? Because this guy will literally go on forever.
Because they fucking fly me on private planes, and I'm trying to find out a new place to live. I'm going to Albuquerque in a few weeks.
You've been in the voice chat for like all day yesterday. You're flying on private planes?
You made an impact, sir. So I appreciate that.
Oh, no, I mean,
that. Yeah,
if you understand who I work with,
no,
you'd understand that. Again, I can't go.
I'm sorry. I had to.
So yeah, this guy, he's basically off his fucking rocker. People have said they've seen him in VCs for a whopping 12 hours at a time. That's literally half a day. And do you know why he's in there for 12 hours at a time? Because people don't know how to wrangle him. They don't know how to get him to shut up, or they're just too autistic to understand, or they'll just keep going with him. Mainly, he'll talk about Britney Venti or his drug experiences or some shit like that. And you might be wondering, wow, why would you want to interview this guy? Well, simple answer. Watch time, get me closer to monetization, something to upload, and honestly, he's really kind of interesting, so yeah. And speaking about the interview, what you're about to listen to is only about half of what was recorded. The other half, or not the other half, but the full thing will be uploaded in probably about a week's time. Check the pinned comment and link in the description if you want to watch that. I'll probably unlist it like a day after I upload it, and yeah. If there's one thing I do regret about the interview, I kind of wish I would have went back and forth with him a little bit. Going into it, I kind of just wanted to let him go on and ramble, just so you can get an idea for who he is. So if I ever interview someone else, or if I ever interview him again, I'm sure I'll handle it differently. Another thing, do me a favor, like, sub, all that gay shit, and yeah, bye. Clearly, I can't start the interview by saying, let's start the interview. So I'm just going to start asking questions, all right?
Ask me, age, sex, location, just like everybody used to do back in the day.
I don't care about your location.
All right,
I know
38, yes.
No.
In Saudi Arabia.
All right, good.
That's why I'm drinking today.
All right, break.
It's a dry country.
I'm going to start you off simple.
It's a dry heat. Ooh.
Fucking hell. Brick.
Oh, that's fucking strong. Not terrible, though. It smells like shit. But the lemonade really kind of matched that terrible. I'm drinking Ray and Nephew white overproof guaranteed rum full strength.
All right, well, speaking about full strength, let's use some full
made
strength.
and distilled and blenders since 1825 in Kingston, Jamaica. Jamaican me crazy, man. All those mota, you know?
All right, so Brick.
What's up? All right, serious now. I have a little bit of drink in me.
Who is Brick?
Brick? You mean me or like the dude named Brick?
You. Who is Brick?
My name isn't technically Brick. Brick is an alias that kind of got birthed into creation through my bouncing around different Discord servers and changing it. Originally, when I first got into Shot from the Point, after I got kicked out of my other server that I first got into Discord with,
we'll get to that.
I started out as, I'm pretty sure, King Shit. Either that or my real government. So I might have started out as my real government because I use Discord. I didn't really use Discord much, but my friends got it to play. What the fuck we were playing? I think we were playing Tarkov. We were either playing Tarkov or Rocket League or something like that. But I was playing with my friends, and he wanted some way we could fucking communicate, cross-platform and shit like that. So I think I had my government, and then but I had my meme of a Pepe with the fucking. With a king hat and aviator glasses. I don't know if I changed it to king shit before that, before I got actually out into public discords. I don't remember. Check the logs, I guess. But anyway, I was king shit for a while. I got into a weird situation where I was empowered to write and start doing my exposition to get into the content creator community. And I think I switched to fucking like CVN 73 or USS George Washington or something like that because I was making a play because people were saying that I was typing so fast and I was, actually not just typing fast, but I was making like meta jokes and like fucking entendres and fucking like just play on words and shit like that. And I was doing it so fast, people were calling me a fucking bot. So I co-opted that and pretended that I was a fucking AI for the Navy. I got into a debate with people, and I don't know exactly why I picked it, but I changed the name from King Shit to King Brick Shitty ED. Like that was a play on like education shit like that. And I didn't actually pick Brick because of the Anchorman thing. I mean, I guess maybe it was in the back of my head, and like that came out as just an expression. But there's actually there was one of my great uncles was named Brick. Actually, Bricks, Bricks. So it's a family name.
Was that like his nickname?
No, I think that was his government. I think that it might have been his nickname, but I think it was his government. I have to ask the family to get clarification on that. So I mean, it ended up because my name was so fucking long. Matt Pitt just shortened it to Brick. Because I guess nobody wants to call you Brick King, and nobody wants to call you shit. Nobody wants to call you King shit because apparently they're haters on my original name. But it kind of worked out because Brick sticks with it, and it was pretty cool that name stuck with me. Funnily enough, my great uncle or whatever was nicknamed Bricks. And my other uncle, was about my mom's age. So my great uncle was a little older than my grandfather, about my great grandmother's age. And he was named Bricks. And so my mom's cousin, which is my uncle, he got named or at least nicknamed Bricks. And my great grandmother was pissed the fuck off.
Your mom's cousin would be your cousin.
No, whatever the fuck it is, cousin, second cousin, or whatever at that point, right? Because that's how that works, or maybe third cousin. Because that's what it works.
You just lose count after the first one, right?
Because if it's your mom's cousin, they at the second generation, you become their second cousin, right, or something like that. And there's fucking twice removed or first. I don't fucking remember that shit.
Right.
No, it's and let me just wrap this up because it's almost funny. I think my grandfather always would tell me that my grandmother Rose would have loved to see me and shit like that, and she was pissed off that my uncle was named Bricks was nicknamed that, so she got actually mad at her son for nicknaming him that, right? And it was also funny because he was a creative type. It was into theater and shit like that. And it came out recently in my family that my uncle who named, and that side of the family, like my uncle who named him Bricks and his daughters and wife and shit like that, all were super mad at my grandfather and my other uncle, who is my cousin, who actually I went to this concert with that led off to this exposition, for making fun of him because he was a fag. And he wasn't a fag, but he was just very artsy. And my grandfather and my uncle were very old schooly, fucking American guys. So they were like, fuck this shit. Like, and they just made fun of him because he was a very effeminate kid growing up. Like, always fucking wore his hair in braids and shit like that. And was into drama and stuff. So they made fun of him relentlessly, apparently. And apparently they said he developed PTSD from my grandfather and my uncle making fun of him. And my great grandmother, didn't like that he was named that. I think my great grandmother might approve of me being called Bricks. Because it can't happen accidentally, and I am very much my grandfather's son.
If you're your grandfather's son, wouldn't that mean your mother or your father is your sister and brother?
No, my mother and father were divorced. I was raised in a mixed home with my mother, my aunt, my grandmother, and my grandfather. And because of that, I didn't really have that many. I had a lot of father figures, but I really never had a dude who was there as my dad. My dad, I saw him on the weekends and shit like that, and he eventually lost custody of me after my grandmother died because he didn't pay child support. And so that ended up fucking, I ended up not seeing him. So I had, everybody else stepped in. My dad's brother, my fucking grandfather on that side of the family. Like, I was taken care of. Like, I had a very large family that was fucking great to me. Like I said, I had a lot of father figures, but no one person that I could just call dad. Because my grandfather, like I said, I lived with him. And he was old school, very old school. And I learned a lot from him. He was one of the strongest influences in my life. He was a fucking great dude. He actually, funnily enough, the dude who named my grandfather, my uncle Brick, who named him that, he kicked that dude out of my house multiple times because his wife would talk shit about my grandmother. And he actually literally like picked up the dude's wife and threw her outside once because you don't talk shit about family. My family has an interesting code of honor and way that we do shit. It's just very old school, which I appreciate because I think it gives me an edge up in this crazy topsy-turvy world that we all live in now, where people can't figure out who the fuck they are and who they want to be and what they are and are not offended about. I just have such an old school look on the fucking world. I think it's a blessing.
Yeah, I respect that.
And I thank my grandfather for that. He made me the man who I am today. Along with my uncle and my other, a lot of people. My stepfather, my real father is a fucking genius, and I learned so much from him. But because of fucking my familial situation, he after I was about 12, I didn't see him at all really, until I got a car and was able to go and visit him and shit like that. And even then, he lives fucking a state away, and there's fucking tolls and shit like that, so I don't see him as much as I would like to. But he's always there for me. He's helped. We swap motors out on fucking cars and shit like that. He has a garage. He has my truck that I fucking gave him. Like, I bought him a truck at fucking, the age of fucking 21 or something like that. Not the best truck, but, more than most people could say they've done for their dad. So I have this weird life between, perfection and complete fuckedness. And I think it's cool. I think it definitely makes me a interesting character. And not even, and I don't mean character in like that I'm playing a character. I mean, I just think I have an interesting character. Like, when you build character and shit like that.
Yeah. On that note, how close is Brick to who you are IRL?
Probably a lot more yelly and confrontational. IRL
Brick is, or you IRL?
Brick is, I definitely ham it up to fucking, almost like what Copper Cab does, where it's like, oh, how dare you fucking say this shit, fuck you, you're doing all this fucking, like I do this wild shit off the internet, like just to generate, where I could fucking talk and yell into the mic and shit like that, really, play with, the tools that I have at my disposal. But a lot of it, like the shit that people think, like me being an idiot and trying to figure out how to get Discord to work and, getting my setup fucking right, that's me. I don't make my room fucking crazy and have it all disheveled because I'm a fucking, it's like, oh, it's avant-garde art. I have a lot of shit going on in my head, and I have a lot of fucking things, like actually physical things and shit like that, like objects and shit that I haven't really had time to organize because my last year of my life has been rather chaotic and hectic. I think most people's lives have been kind of weird the past few years. But Brick is pretty close to me. It's other than, like I said, hamming it up and being a little more confrontational. But that being said, IRL, I don't back down. If you're gonna fucking talk shit or fucking, be an idiot, I'm not gonna be this person who's like this meek fucking dude who doesn't say shit. But I'm not this. I definitely ham up the craziness because at first I was mad people were calling me the resident schizo of Shot from the Point. But then I figured, you can either
Brick. I would take that name with like a golden. It's like a golden nugget. Like you.
Oh yeah, no, because nobody wants to be crazy, and I don't like. I'm not schizophrenic. I don't have fucking voices in my head that tell me to fucking
No,
do
people
shit.
overuse that word. It's not the right word they should be using.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we all have voices in our head. We have these things that we think about. I mean, unless you're these fucking NPCs who don't have fucking dialogue in their heads. Some people have that apparently.
Yeah.
But like, if you think to yourself and stuff like that, does that make you a schizo? Just because you're fucking. So I ended up co-opting it, running with it, and I said, well, if I'm gonna be the fucking schizo, let me be the fucking schizo king. Well, I guess that's BG, right? He's the retard king. But
All right, let's get into the main topic.
all right.
All right, Britney Venti.
Yes, sir.
How did you find Britney Venti?
A YouTube recommendation in the algorithm, and she was doing a. I used to watch a lot of. I used to watch a lot of fucking news. I still do watch a lot of news, but because I've been getting into the YouTube drama community, I've been tuning out of the news more so and paying attention to this stuff. Because it's a little more relevant and it's fun. Because the news is very doom and gloom. But I listen to a lot of Jimmy Dore. I listen to a lot of Tim Pool. I listen to a lot of The Hill and shit like that. Alternative media, and I try to get real media when I can. But real media seems just so fucking out of touch with reality that it's hard to watch. Around January, I kind of got, I got a lot more into YouTube and stuff like that. And like just doing that I work from home, so I'd listen to music videos and stuff like that while I was working. I got into Sam Hyde's Gumroad and stuff like that. I started listening to his podcast while I was at work, because he's super interesting, and I enjoy his comedy. And somehow Britney Venti got sent to me, and I didn't know who she was at all. She was covering a Trump rally in, I think, Arizona. I think it was the mid to beginning of January. And so I watched it, and I enjoyed the Trump rally, but I didn't really understand her humor, which is fucking, I guess, idiotic because she's very Sam Hyde adjacent, I guess. In her own way. Yeah, I'd say she has a similar flavor of humor, but her own style to it. She does a lot of fucking meta comedy, and it's very big in the whole YouTube community. I think everybody thinks Sam Hyde's a fucking legend. The dude, is really interesting, especially for individual content creators and people who want to get off on like making their own thing. So. And I could fucking expound on that, but let me get back to Britney Venti. So I found I watched the Trump rally, and because that was news to me, like that was literally like I was watching the news. I didn't see the Trump rally anywhere else. Nobody else was hosting it. I didn't really watch YouTube live streams. Like Jimmy Dore did live streams, and I didn't really watch that shit. I like Jimmy Dore a lot, but I didn't really ever get into live streaming or watching live streams because I just never had the taste for it, or so I watched Britney Venti on that one thing, and she was cute, and she covered, she was moderately political. She didn't seem like too much of a extremist either way, but she had interesting takes. I thought she was funny, and I thought she was very pretty, so it kept me coming back, and I started watching her other live streams. And at first I didn't get the humor. At first, honestly, I was just watching because she was pretty, and she covered interesting things, and I liked the stuff that people would send in, like videos and stuff like that, and she'd make interesting comments on it. So I started watching that, and I think, funnily enough, the first thing I ever like really commented on was I started clowning Mid-Tier Alpha because he was donating a shitload of money on like Monday or Tuesday, and I was like, bro, this dude's blowing his paycheck on a fucking Monday.
How much is a shitload? I don't know. I'm not aware of like her top donators.
I don't know. I think it was like fucking $300 or $400, something like that. Because the dude did it like I watched a few streams, and the dude did it like 2 or 3 days in a row. So I was like, wow, this dude's fucking blowing money.
When I first met you, what?
No, you go. I'm sorry, I
Oh,
don't want to interrupt.
well, I was gonna say when I first met you, like you would constantly bring her up and talk about what about her are you so interested in?
The interesting thing was originally I thought she was pretty and I liked her political takes. But I didn't realize. I thought she was. I really fell for the fucking dumb bimbo thing. I thought she was just like, I love Trump because yada yada, whatever the fuck she says. I can have more if they whatever fucking her thing is. But like, I honestly thought that she was just a pretty girl who didn't have much thought into her content and was just there like fucking. I believe that like the whole thing about like, oh, there's simps and shit like that, people fucking sending me money and shit like that. I think somehow I watched her on the Chrissy Mayer show, the Simp cast or whatever, and I started to see that there was a lot more to the bit than like what she was doing. And then I started to get recommended in my YouTube like video because I guess I started watching Britney Venti more, so I got more recommendations. And so I started to get like her when she was a Twitch streamer back in the day and like completely freaking the fuck out and shit like that. And then I don't know if I watched a video that explained it or it just clicked naturally. I honestly don't remember completely, and I'd be lying if I told you for sure. But I was like, oh, wait a minute, so that's a bit. Like, she was doing this Twitch streamer, like, fucking freaking out, like, as a bit. And I was like, wow, that's pretty fucking, that's an interesting way to do comedy. Because, like, Sam Hyde is like, oh, I'm extreme and I'm fucking, but I make, videos that are curated, like, very well done with the editing, surreal in, like, the content. And at that point, I just liked her content, and not even liking her content. I kind of like to fucking hijack the stream and just send my music in. I don't know why. I just like to fucking share my music with people. So I was sending her music in, and I didn't really know much about her. I was sending music. I was sending in fucking videos and shit like that, like semi-political things, like drag. And I tried to send a fucking Black Pigeon Speaks in video, and it never got through. And I was like, all right, I see you guys. I don't know if you know who Black Pigeon Speaks is. He does interesting YouTube videos. But he's a little more on the fucking extreme side.
I've never heard of him a day in my life.
Nah, I thought it was funny and edgy, and I was relevant to certain things. I think I said a video on the Matrix or something like that. I forget exactly what it was, but the guy breaks down movies and like nefarious intents behind these fucking movies or the double meanings behind the movies. So I sent that in, it never got through. So I just kept sending in music videos and stuff like that. Little like smaller political things like Drag was fucking talking about. I think like political compasses and stuff like that because I like Drag and he's funny. So I guess I was trying to, in a way, without me even noticing it, I was doing like a fucking, hey, you guys think I'm cool? Because like people started reading my comments without me super chatting and shit like that. I mean, like Britney would read my comments and I'd be like, oh, so she notices me. And it was so stupid. But like she is one of the only people IRL who got my fucking name right because I originally started out with my government. And everybody butchers that fucking thing. It's the easiest fucking thing, but people butcher the shit out of it.
So would you say after you started getting noticed in chat without having to donate, is that whenever you joined the server, her Discord server, was that?
No, I didn't know how to join Discord.
When did you first find her?
Mid-January. Like January the 10th or the 11th or something like that, probably. Like, it wasn't. Yeah, and I joined the Discord probably late January. She ended up during so I'd watch her streams and shit like that, and I'd comment, and I'd comment, like, I actually started to get that she was covering political stuff fairly heavily with the funny satire spin, which is what I wanted to do. That was my, I'm not going to go into the fucking, all the writing I have for the project I originally was working on. I think we've talked about it enough, and New News Network is the fucking thing I wanted to do with total bullshit news. Everybody else pretends to tell you the truth, but us, we're complete bullshit. That's the fucking thing I was always wanted to spin up with my friends. So I saw that she was doing something like satirical news, which I really liked. So I'd comment on it and I'd give like my straight laced takes on it, like what she was talking about, because I kind of just took it like more seriously. I was like, oh, okay, she's talking about, serious things that are happening, like fucking the deficit, or I don't remember even exactly what she was talking about, because it was over the span of a month or so. So I'd comment and people would she'd read my comments and she's like, oh, it's a good take or something like that. And, I started to enjoy her shit. And then, she announced that she was getting married at the end of the month, and I didn't even realize it, that it was a fucking troll at first. She said fucking it was on February 30th. And I didn't even like think that wasn't a real day. I was just like, oh, okay, whatever. She's getting married. Good for her. So I continue to donate because I really like her. If she's married and she's getting married, fucking good for her. But
How
like
much? How much would you say you donated in total, if you had to give a good
not that much.
estimation?
Probably like I think I was in the past like because I donated for 2 or 3 months, probably 2 months straight. Maybe like 50, 60, 70 bucks a week, maybe something like that conservatively.
Well, I expected a lot bigger of a number.
Nah, it probably was a lot bigger of a number, but I don't want to be like, oh, I donated fucking $80,000 to the Britney Venti experience. It's like, nah, I mean, probably over the course of a month or two, probably like $1,000 or $2,000 maybe. Just fucking pocket change, shit that I would have went out and spent on fucking like premium skins on Fortnite or fucking bought weed or booze. Because I really, I started to see this and I started to, I don't know. I guess I just fucking enjoyed her show so much, and people would like the music that I would send in and stuff like that. And I enjoyed jacking the show, like stealing the fucking stream. Because like if I would send in fucking, because the way it works with Streamlabs is you pay by the fucking second to get your fucking videos on, and I would spam entire music videos. Which I realized was autistic. Not everybody wants to hear fucking a 3-minute song. So some nights I would donate, a couple $100. And some nights I'd donate like 10, 15 bucks. So I donated a bunch, but it was because at that point I was really considering getting into streaming and stuff like that, and I didn't think I considered getting into it. I wanted to, but there was extraneous circumstances why I didn't want to get into streaming personally at the moment, or even just YouTube content creation at the moment. So I didn't do that. So I just figured, here's a cool content creator, and I enjoy her streams, and maybe she enjoys my music, and maybe the fucking content I send, like the political stuff and the little like the joke videos that I would send, like people would enjoy. So I started sending them more. And ultimately, I never realized that that the fucking February 30th thing was a bit. Either she is already married, and that's the fucking joke, because all her fucking handles are Mrs. or MRS, meaning she's married. But there's no ring on it. So, and she kind of says that she doesn't have a boyfriend, and she said that before she had a boyfriend, and like she was honest about like she always like would say that she had a boyfriend and shit like that. She said that in a few streams. She said that when she was dating her boyfriend, the last one, who apparently there was a whole bunch of drama with when they broke up.
When you joined the Discord server, were you like active in there, or?
When I first joined the Discord server, their humor was pretty interesting, and it was I was seeing what was like how people talked, because I didn't want to be like offensive and shit like that. I wanted to be humorous, I wanted to fit in, but I didn't want to be dry and be like, oh, knock knock, who's there? Aren't you glad I didn't say banana? Like fucking stupid shit like that. So I realized like you gotta know the audience with whatever like community you're in. So I would just do like comments on things and stuff like that, and
so you didn't really join any VCs or anything. You just like
no, there weren't any VCs really going on. And actually, I didn't have a mic set up. Like I have a fucking Sennheiser MD421. I have a DAW. I have all this fucking kit. But when I moved from my last place to this place, I never moved it and set it up because I was so busy with the shit I was doing here, personal family shit, and so I never really, and I just worked. Like I would fucking work I would work every fucking day, and then I'd fucking go on listen to the news and fucking do Wikipedia and shit like that, and read about history because I'm a fucking nerd, and like I would do that constantly, and and like I said, there was an extraneous situation where I couldn't, like I thought streaming and content creation was just off the table in general for me, which really sucked, because I really wanted to get into this and want to get into this, but I'm here now, so that works. So there was nobody to really talk to. but I learned how people were talking and stuff like that, and then I was like, yeah, you know, I slowly got into the swing of things over there. And I started talking with, you know, making friends with some cool people and stuff like that. I was supposed to play video games with a few people in that server. But I never really talked or hung out with people. I think there was one chat that I got into. I don't know if it was like a fucking movie day. I think it was like a Saturday or Sunday morning fucking thing, and I didn't even talk. I couldn't get my mic to work.
So you hold on. Let me think. All right. So you said you was only in the VCs once, just to watch a
Yeah.
movie or whatever. So
No,
what was it?
I didn't watch a movie on Britney Venti's channel. I think there was like they did a morning. They did a Sunday morning church
Church?
session.
You guys
Yeah.
watch church together?
I thought that was cool. I like
That's,
that. No, I like that because I don't go to church. But I do
that's-
find myself as no. I mean, I find myself as religious, and I enjoy scripture. Maybe
yeah, but
not
through
as
Discord?
yeah. I mean, it's cool because it's like Bible. It's online Bible study camp, right?
Yeah, I guess. However, you got to get the gospel, I guess.
Right, and
So
it's honestly it's pretty cool. I enjoyed it, but I missed it. I woke because I'm a fucking like I was late to your thing. I woke up late. I missed the fucking the church thing. I didn't even know they were doing it. But I was like, oh, there's people in the fucking Sunday
how
voice
dare
chat.
you be late for Jesus? You should be
He's
ashamed.
always around us. Hey, I'm just in the nick of time coming here, right? Otherwise, if I was
Yeah,
an
you're
hour or two
fine.
later, I would have missed you.
Yeah, I would have had to wait till tomorrow. But so, what was it that got you
And today's a
banned?
good day. It's 4/12,
What was
2022.
what was it that got you
4/13 is
banned?
no good.
You shithead. What was it that got you banned from her
This
server?
the whole interrupt. I think just blowing up all the chats.
So you just spammed?
No, it wasn't spam. It was just really a lot of it was when I got I went away for the weekend to see the concert. I had a horrible trip on Friday. Fucking horrible trip. Like I got carried to the fucking car by my
Off what?
fucking mushrooms. Fucking yeah. Well, my fucking cousin, he fucking told me. I'm like, he was like, first of all, I was sick. I was just got over COVID. And my hands were all fucked up. Like I had in January. I don't know what it was. I think it was I had an allergic reaction. I bought a zero water filter,
Yeah.
like jug, and there's a soft plastic on the back. And when I started using that, I don't know, because I fucking stopped using it. I started getting a rash on my fucking hand, like on the palm, and I thought it was the filter because it was right. It originally started right on the palm where I'd grabbed the fucking thing, but eventually it fucking spread to my whole hand, and my hand was fucking like there was all fucking like dots all over it, and like it was fucking like my hands got really fucking dry. Like no matter how much lotion I put on them, my hands were dry and they were fucking peeling. It was fucking disgusting, and they burned. And I work online with a fucking computer and shit like that. So I actually it fucked up like my work schedule. Because like I had a fucking hard time typing. I had a hard time typing. I had a hard time fucking clicking on shit like that. And like I was really just fucking not feeling well. Okay, I'm just
You,
giving you the backstory. I had a fucking really bad trip at the fucking concert because I was sick and I took too much mushrooms, and that was the first time I ever tripped in a public setting. And on top of that, my grandfather died a few months ago, and there was a lot of just heavy shit going on in my life that I really didn't really investigate to the point where I didn't think that it would cause me a bad trip. But I ended up, I was sick, and I was fucking took like my cousin said he made the batches of fucking chocolates in like fucking he took like fucking like a 3.5 is a I've done an eighth of fucking shrooms before. But what he did was he did, 3.5, 3.5, 3.5, and made 3 fucking bars at a time. So there really is no way to know how strong each bar was. One could have been 4, and one could have been 5, and the other one could have been 2. Depending on how it all got settled and mixed. So I blame him, but I also blame myself because I ate the whole fucking bar. I didn't. All I ate to that day was kombucha and a fucking panini. I was sick. I fucking popped a Dayquil on the way up there because I felt like shit. I couldn't smell because I fucking just got over COVID. I wasn't sick with COVID, but I still like couldn't smell and shit like that. Like I remember the weed I smoked all tasted fucking horrible, which is why I also think that I also might have got past a joint that had some shit in it, but that's just me fucking thinking, you know. I looked into the symptoms and shit like that, and I was like, did I get drugged? Because I acted really fucking out of character. Like just not how I fucking normally am. Like I freaked the fuck out. Like I got out of the fucking show. I was peeking as we came out of the show. I actually was talking to people, and like, you know, making like just like fucking joking around, like almost like fucking Jay and Silent Bob when they're like fucking sitting at the store and like, you know, smoking dope and shooting weed, just being like silly and stuff like that. But I was on a fucking come up at that point, and I got out of the show, and I fucking bad trip, just horrible trip. I don't even want to fucking go into it because I could fucking spend hours talking about the trip and what I learned.
Let's not do that. What?
But anyway, so I came back from the show, and there was the whole thing about Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle and Joe Rogan, because Joe Rogan was getting in trouble for saying horrible shit and just being a dickhead in public. And I was like, oh my god, are they talking about me? Because I had a fucking really bad trip, and I was a dickhead in public. And I'm like, oh my god.
So you thought you were Joe Rogan?
I thought they were talking about me. I thought they were subtexting me.
Which means you thought you were Joe Rogan.
I thought that in that context, I was Joe Rogan. Yeah, because I was like, everybody knows that Joe Rogan has said, because they were getting mad that he said that when he was in Philadelphia, he said some fucked up shit when he saw Planet of the Apes or something like that once.
What did he say?
I don't remember. I think he dropped an N-bomb or something. It was some people trying to defame Joe Rogan's character, and I didn't. It was weird because when I went away, I was very much supporting the truckers in Canada and stuff like that. And when I went away, like the truckers in Canada, like that weekend, they fucking cracked down on them hardcore, and like Canada went like fucking neo-fascist, and then they were talking about fucking Joe Rogan and Dave Chappelle, and I started like fucking really like, oh my god, are they talking about me? And then I started like fucking trying to look into subtext into everything. And I thought people were talking about me, and Britney Venti's thing at the time was she had an interesting fucking bit going on, which overlaid with my fucking personal experience. And I was like, what? And that's kind of how I fucking rocketed into that and started going off. Not even going off, but just writing a lot and doing this thing where I was like, you know, I was trying to tell people that I was a cool person because I thought they were talking shit about me, but I don't even know if they were talking shit about me. I don't even remember exactly how, but I was like, I had a panic attack all fucking week, like that fucking first week when I came back, which is why I think it was the drugs. I also something else fucking happened. My friends fucking ditched me a few times. I was supposed to be my parents at a fucking a fundraising event for my nephew's fucking school, and they gave me the wrong fucking restaurant. So I sat there all fucking day waiting for them. I actually walked around the restaurant and was fucking asked like the hostess, I'm like, hey, you know, my family is supposed to be here. There's a fundraising event for so-and-so's school. And it's like, yep, that's going on here. And I'm like, okay. So I ended up just fucking like, all right, I figured, you know, I didn't have a phone at the time because I lost my phone at the concert. So I didn't have a phone. So I was going out into the world with absolutely no phone. And I was like, all right, let me just get a fucking beer and chill at the fucking bar. But because of the fundraising event, they had all the chairs away from the bar. So I ended up fucking, you know, schmoozing over with the fucking, the bartender's like, hey, can I sit at that table? You know, I'm waiting for my family, so I got like a bloomin' onion or something like that. Or I think I got fried pickles, while I was waiting for them. And then, like, eventually I was like, all right, you know what, I'm fucking starving. Let me get some food. So I ordered a steak and fucking, you know, sat there and ate this and enjoyed my meal. And then some dudes came in, and I fucking ended up shooting the shit with them for a little bit. And then I fucking, after that, I was supposed to meet my friend after the fucking fundraising thing. I was supposed to go to my friend's house. So I drove down there, and I fucking chilled. No, that wasn't. That was the next day. I was supposed to meet my friend. So, but I ended up driving around a little bit after, listening to some fucking. Because I like to take drives to relax and shit like that. Like I like to listen to the radio and fucking just drive around and fucking I don't know why, but I think driving is fucking relaxing. Like driving around just to kill time and stuff like that and seeing things. One of my biggest pastimes is I like to fucking drive and not put the GPS on and just make lefts and rights and see where you end up. Usually, at least where I'm from, you find some cool little towns and stuff like that. Find a nice restaurant to go to or something. And so I did that. And I got some really interesting songs on the radio that I was listening to, which were fucking really wild and interesting. And the radio DJ at the time was like, oh, he was talking shit about how it's usually him alone at the fucking radio station, but there was somebody else telling him to play songs and stuff like that, and they were typing really loud on the keyboard behind them, and the DJ was like fucking saying shit to him and like, oh, all right, this fucking guy, I can't wait for you to get out of here. And I was like, at that point, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because everything was just starting to get super weird and super personal. Like I was taking everything personally, I guess. And there was just weird shit going on in IRL around me. Like my family fucking giving me the wrong fucking, fucking place to go. The next day I was supposed to meet my friend, and I fucking drove down to my friend's house, and he fucking, I don't want to say ditched me. He got caught doing something else, and I didn't have a phone, so I told him that I'd wait for him at his crib, and I fucking waited at his house for like fucking 2 hours waiting for the fucking guy. So I just fucking listened to the radio and was doodling and shit like that, because I have a fucking sketchbook, and was waiting for him, and then I got fucking pissed, because I waited for there, like I was supposed to meet him at like 8 o'clock, or 9 o'clock after he got out of work. And I've waited there till like fucking 10 o'clock at night or like 11 o'clock at night, like some fucking obtuse time. And I'm like, all right, where the fuck is this guy? I was at his house, and I was like, I figured if I fucking sat there and waited, I'd be able to fucking find, he'd fucking show up. But he didn't. So I didn't have a phone. So to prove that I was there, I ditched my fucking wallet. I threw it up on his fucking balcony. I'm like, fuck you, I was here, motherfucker. And I hung out with him the next day. Then we hung out, we talked some shit. I told him about this whole, YouTube thing. Not gonna lie, I was pretty freaked out at that point. Like, I thought people were fucking, I thought, like, I don't even wanna, how do I say this without seeing, like, a paranoid schizophrenic? But, like, I just thought that, like, everybody was fucking watching me at that point. Like, I thought, like, my fucking phone was bugged. I thought, because it was really weird, because some of the shit that was being said, talked about, was shit that only I knew, personal life, shit between my friends, and I was looking too much into the subtext. Weird synchronicities, I guess. I met a fucking Mason at the fucking show. When I went away. So I was just really fucking, like, I made a lot of fucking weird connections, and like I was like, oh my god, what the fuck, Masons, Illuminati, like what the fuck is going on? And really fucking weird shit. So I started to go into like this fucking, I think Britney Venti had a thing where she was like, he will take the blame or something like that. And I'm like, all right, so let me apologize, So I apologized profusely to a bunch of people, and people were like, shut the fuck up, nobody wants to. And that's when I got into Tommy C's thing. I think I was still on that kick where I was like, yo, my bad for being a retard, my bad for blowing up all the chats and shit like that. So I was on that kick. I was just reading too much into it, or maybe just reading enough into it. Super fucking weird. Super weird synchronicities. I mean, there's something else. You want to turn the fucking bot off real quick? I'll tell you something.
I can cut it. This isn't live. I can cut it. Just
all right. Yeah. Like fucking Britney Venti posted a thing last night, where she was like, I hate people. I put a bad hex on people who smoke on the subways. And then that fucking thing happened this morning. And I was like, oh my fucking god, what the fuck? Just weird. I don't think, if you think Britney Venti fucking caused that, you know, whatever. But it was like shit like that was happening IRL, and like more things that I can go into detail about that would take fucking hours, but I'd rather not. I did a lot of like recording and shit like that, like screenshots and just weird shit, and like I did some like videos and stuff like that that are on my fucking PC that I viewed as like, oh well, this is kind of proof that I'm not crazy. Like here's some weird synchronicities. I was trying to fucking capture all of them and like get some sort of proof of it. Also, at that point, I then broke into Shot from the Point and fucking sat around and waited to fucking, you know, that was the first VC that I got into like for real, where I actually talked. Because in Britney Venti's thing, I don't even think I talked. I think I was muted the entire time.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
So back to the question I asked an hour ago. You were putting a lot of text in the chats, which most people would say is spamming, right?
Yeah, but a lot of the times, like in Britney Venti's thing, I was replying to everybody, and actually, it wasn't spammy all the time. If you look at the logs, a lot of it was everybody was talking to me at the same time, and I would reply to everybody. At that point, I started to like look into the chat and stuff like that because before. I got into the Discord because they posted in the YouTube thing, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Like I didn't even like go to the Discord first. I was just a YouTube retard. And then I got into the Discord, and I was like, "Oh, it's a cool community." And then I started talking with people about like my theory on life and stuff like that, because like it was what a lot of people talked about. And I wasn't really spammy until like I kind of got a little bit like I felt like people were talking about me, and I started like really like. When people started talking about me, I wanted to go faster than them and also put humor into it and like put people on fucking like dead end trails. Like, oh, I work for the fucking Navy. I'm an AI and you know all this fucking crazy shit. And I'm a ghost and you know all this fucking wild shit that I was putting out. I mean, it was just and you know part of it's true, and part of it's not. And you know that's kind of like the game I was playing at that time. It was like figure me out. You know, I don't black
So
out.
sometime around, I think it was mid-March or whatever, in the Shot from the Point Discord, we brought in someone who was actually in Britney Venti's server, and he said you started DMing people and
Yeah,
spamming.
fucking Nesquik. Was it
Yeah, that
Nesquik?
guy? That sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, no, because it was Britney Venti's birthday sometime in February. I think it was either the 12th or the 22nd. Um or I think Valentine's Day was the 22nd, her birthday was the 12th. And I was trying to like at that point I donated a decent amount of money to Britney Venti just to put my videos up on stream and stuff like that and you know, super chatting and stuff like that. I didn't really super
So
chat. I didn't really super chat much. I mostly just put my videos up. So it was her birthday, and I was like, well, no, she's cool. And at that point, I realized and that was after I had the bad trip, and I started to get into it a little more, and started to like pay attention to her lore, and like I really got. That's when I also really started to like pay attention, like her lore with her ex-boyfriend and shit like that, and like look into more of like the history of like these Twitch streamers and like all these fucking online content creators and stuff like that. I started to get a little more into that. And I thought that she was single, and I thought that she was subtexting me, and I was like, all right, I don't fucking know. So I wanted to. At that point, I realized that she wasn't getting married on the 30th. So I was like, okay, whatever. At first, when I thought she was getting married, I was like, okay, whatever. I'll still donate. I don't really care. Like, if you're getting married, good for you. She's pretty. Like, if you know, have a husband. You know what I mean? But like then at that point, I was like, oh, she's single, and like I don't know, I like her, and I think I'm interesting, and I kind of played it as internet dating simulator at that point, where I was like, all right, you know, I spend fucking, you know, you talk to any other girl, you gotta spend fucking money on, you know, you gotta take them out and go to go to fucking talk to, you know, do shit like that. So I was trying to, I was like, all right, well, you know, if I spend all this fucking money on like on her fucking YouTube videos, you know, putting my own shit up there, it would be nice to buy her an actual thing for her birthday. So I looked on her Amazon wish list, and I tried to buy it, but I couldn't, because there was no way to ship it to wherever she was. Um, so I was like, okay. So I talked to who I thought was a moderator at the time, and I was like, "Hey, man, can you see if you could fix the what's it called? Fix the what's it called? The
So do you think that it was the spamming DMs that got you banned? Because that sounds like a pretty reasonable.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So then after you got banned from there, you moved on to Shot from the Point, right?
I don't know how. I don't know how I got here, honestly. I originally found Tommy C when he and Tom Dark did his coverage of the Sam Hyde fucking thing. Uh, and it was funny because when the Sam Hyde thing, the iDubbbz documentary first came out, I fucking saw it. Like, I don't say I was first, but I saw it like an hour or so after it came out. So I sent it to Britney Venti because I was like, oh, here's some content and shit like that. So I said it to her. I think, I said it to her, actually her private, like Insta and shit like that. I guess not private, it's her public Insta. But I was like, okay, so I fucking kind of spammed her private fucking DMs too, which was inappropriate. Um, so I got kicked out of there for probably a numerous amount of reasons. Probably a lot of them justified. But at the time, I don't think anybody really understood whether I was just a fucking troll or actually serious about what the shit I was saying. And almost all the shit I say is fucking, unless it's a completely obvious joke, which I guess is hard for me because I'm fucking fluent in bullshit and sarcasm. So people, not hard for me, but hard for others to tell when I'm joking and shit like that. So I think part of the reason I got kicked out is people thought I was a troll and people just thought I was fucking spamming and shit like that. But realistically, I was just trying to get the attention of the right fucking people. Because I was trying to, I don't know, get into content creation safely, I guess.
Yeah.
With being vague
Well,
right there.
it's coming up on 2 months ago since you joined, and your first time talking in a VC, he was going on this religious rant. What was that about?
Nah, the first time I was talking in the VC, I ended up. They had a big thing down in like chat room 1, 2, 3, or 4. This is before it went pay to win on Tommy C's thing. Not pay to win because anybody can get in and talk to the stages in the radio call. But I mean, if you want to be part of the community, fucking pay your dues, fuckers. Then you get in with the cool people.
Or pay me. This is my channel.
Yeah, or pay Toxic. Pay Toxic, pay me, pay Britney Venti, don't pay Matt Pitt. That fucker only has one leg. He's gonna use it to buy dildos or something like that. So no, I got in there and I chilled. I wasn't really rude or anything. I listened.
Yeah.
I let almost everybody fucking left, and then there was a few people in there, and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And I started
Yeah, it
talking
was
to people.
your first time in VC was me, Matt, and Core, and then you went on this like religious rant.
No, it wasn't
then,
you, Matt. It wasn't you, Matt and Core. It was Sally Ice Cream Lady, Suck and Fuck Nation. There was Extreme Dad, which I fucking went on a rant about that guy because he was saying some fucking wild shit, which I thought was inappropriate. And I fucking went off on him. And there was a few other people in there which I don't remember, but I remember those 3 specifically.
Okay,
And
well, the first time I've talked to you, which I'm pretty sure was like whenever you first joined, or around the time you went on this religious rant, right? And that's whenever the whole free Satan or whatever, what was it? It was Hail Satan. Fuck it, you know what I'm talking about. When that whole thing started, and everyone thought she was like this extreme.
No, yeah, everybody fucking thought I was a Jesus freak. And I guess I'm a Catholic. I don't worship Satan. I don't fuck around with people who worship Satan. But I also understand that if you're a fucking good person, you could say fucking that ironically, without it being like fucking legitimately. I don't like pedophiles. I don't like fucking Satanist people. I don't like the fucking, when it's like well, I was raised Roman Catholic. I was an altar boy for a while. I eventually stopped going to church when my family kind of broke up, and I stopped going and seeing my dad on the weekends. But I was raised Catholic. I went atheist for about a year, maybe a little less than that. Then I thought they were fucking retarded. I thought atheism was retarded. I still think atheism is retarded. I think being agnostic... just his because
I'm not an atheist, by the way.
I'll tell you why. Because unless atheism is saying that you choose that or you choose to believe that you know or you really think that there's nothing there, right? There's no higher power, there's no deity, right? Which is fine. But I think the more honest thing is to say you're an agnostic, which just means that you don't know. Now you could be an agnostic theist or you could be an agnostic atheist. So if you're saying I don't know, but based on the preponderance of the evidence, I think that there is no God. Sure, be an atheist, no problem. But I don't like those fucking militant atheists who are like, the church is fucking horrible and everything that is said in the Bible is fucking evil. And it's like,
Yeah.
a lot of it's fucking metaphorical. A lot of it's written in fucking old languages that were translated down, that got fucking mistranslated and fucking up and bastardized through the years. But to say that, to say you're an agnostic atheist, fine, no problem. I know Tommy's an atheist. I respect that 1,000%. I respect atheists. I don't disrespect anybody because of their fucking beliefs. But I'm personally an agnostic theist because I believe the only way to find God and to see God is to know fucking everything, right? Everything in the universe. You have to know everything from what happened before the Big Bang, which is literally impossible to know. Like, there's that thing where it's like atheists are like, oh, well, people thought that God created thunder. And it's like, well, I mean, technically he did. I mean, if you think God created the universe, he created the fucking system for thunder to happen, right? And there's all these fucking things in mathematical relations in the world between like. My mom's calling me. Hold up, you can cut this out. Hello. I'm doing an interview right now. Do you want to say hi? Why not? This is my first interview. This is a pretty big thing. Okay, thank you. I'll tell him you said that. I was gonna come over later. I gotta steal some toilet paper. Yeah, but you got fucking rolls of toilet paper over there. I'll just steal one. I only need like one or two. I got a bidet, so I don't really use that much. But I just ran out the other day. No, I'll show. I'll show. I mean, leave it on the side of the house if you want, but otherwise, I got a key to the house. Bye. Fucking don't
That's not bad.
understand me, man.
No,
I'm just fucking around.
I'll cut that
Yeah,
out. Don't worry.
Nah, you can leave some of that. I left some of it because I think it's ironic how Britney Venti is black, but she's Ukrainian.
So you talked about it. You talked about it here and there so far. What do you have any plans for YouTube? Like, are you actually gonna go through with any or streaming or?
Yeah, I have some YouTube videos that are like Sam Hyde-esque insane cuts that I didn't even edit, but are just I've been playing a lot with like live mixing and stuff like that, where I use like Bandicam and open up a bunch of tabs, or just do these weird like OK Go-esque like music videos where it's just like one cut and I just keep going and doing shit. So I made a few of those, and I actually have to release one today because this girl hit me up on Instagram and she wants me to get her gift cards for her birthday, but I'm like, I ain't getting you gift cards for your birthday, but I'll fucking release a music video. A video that I made. I originally made the thing for I originally made the thing as like as a very artsy thing that I didn't plan on showing anybody, but I'm unlisted and I'm gonna show it to a few people.
Yeah. So are you ever gonna like put in like you yourself make YouTube videos?
Yeah. No, I mean the hard part is like I was talking to Grace. Fuck. That's an obscure name. Blur that out. I was talking to what's her face this morning, and part of the problem with me is that I have a curse of possibility and creativity. Like it's very hard for me to sit down and do one thing. I mean, I have a whole book filled with fucking ideas for shows and stuff like that, which require more than one person to do. And like I guess I'll try to just do, I was just going to do Twitch streaming and maybe do kind of like a la V what Destiny's done, like build up an audience that way. But I also realized that like through my networking and through some really awesome people like yourself, Matt Pitt, Tommy C, all these fucking people, Britney Venti, fucking even Nesquik, that fucking asshole. Ultimately, I got a lot of attention, more so than I would have done if I just released and did videos myself. I gotta talk to some other content creators and stuff like that about, some tips and advice before I go through with it. But yeah, no, I really want to do YouTube really big. I really want to do that.
Yeah.
I
Well,
want to do
Brick,
YouTube. I want to do Twitch. I want to do well, I have ideas for crossover events with other creators and stuff like that. I really like this whole online internet community and stuff like that. It's so fucking cool.
yeah.
From fucking G4 TV to fucking the Quartering to fucking Chrissy Mayer to Britney Venti to Risk Flex to fucking Tommy C to all these to fucking Amaranth on Twitch to fucking Sweet Anita to all these fucking people who are it's all somewhat interconnected in this very loose syndicated way.
Well, Brick, I'm not trying to like stroke your balls or anything, but I really do think when you're not overdoing it and overreacting, I do think you're a really funny person, and I think you could if you knew what you were doing and like editing and putting everything together. I think you really could do something.
Oh no,
That's just coming from me. I don't have a
I
following or anything, but
oh you seem like a fucking really smart kid. I don't know how old you are. It's
to
kind
an
of maybe
extent, I'm
it's,
19. I don't care.
maybe it's insult. Oh, bro, you're a fucking genius compared to Colton. Fuck that guy. Uh, and you're a fucking you know how to talk to people. I definitely think that podcasting is the way, because we can create fucking hours and hours of content and then cut it up a la V Sam Hyde style and make clips and stuff like that. There's there's definitely a lot to be made with that. I wish people recorded. I almost, which is funny. I thought people were watching me and shit like that, and I acted like for the past month like people were watching me all the fucking time. Like even when I was fucking, because the NSA, if they wanted to, could definitely check in on my phone right now and spy in on my fucking camera and listen to what I'm saying, even though they're not in the fucking room with us. So I almost made those people got the real show, bro. Whoever has access to all my metadata, Jesus fucking Christ, bro. They got the fucking, they got the real fucking brick show. That was fucking wild and unhinged. Fucking walking around naked on camera in my own private, room where it's like, all right. Yeah, NSA people, look at my balls. It's like fucking hilarious. Whoever gets the access to that is fucking, that would be gold.
Yeah. Well,
but-
those are all the questions I wrote down, but then I went to the servers and I asked people what they would want to ask you. And
Oh,
I got a
really?
couple
I
of them
saw
written
that.
down.
I saw that this morning. Did anybody?
Yeah. Yeah, I got
Okay.
a couple. Starting off first, kind of good timing with the recent drama. What are your favorite porn categories?
Big booty hoes. Nah, fair porn categories. I'm a sucker for Latinas. I'm a sucker for
Good
girls
man.
in. I'm a sucker for girls in uniform. Like fucking like fucking
You want to
stockings.
just whip out the taser and just
No, oh, hey, man, I'm a freak. I'm not gonna fucking deny that. And maybe definitely I like I like BDSM. I remember I showed it to my friend once because my friend's like, oh, bro, you gotta watch fucking basic porn star. It's like okay, like everybody loves Sasha Grey, but like basic porn star where it's like whatever. And I remember my friend once, I don't know how, but I think he came over to my house and like there was a fucking like my history was open or something like that, and he's like BDSM, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, dude, I don't.
don't knock it till you try it, right?
Yeah, I'm like, bro, I'm into freaky shit. I mean,
If you could spend a day with Britney Venti, what would you do? How would it go?
I don't know. Either she is exactly who she seems online, or she's like Queen Jew and super rich, which I don't know. But she's probably richer than I am at this point because I don't have any money left. Just kidding. I have a bunch of money in Bitcoin. Not, and when I say a bunch, I mean only a couple thousand. Probably. I don't know. She lives in Texas, so either she'd have to fly here, or I'd have to go there. I don't know what the fuck we do in Texas, because I don't really know Texas that well. Maybe go to a fucking fair or something like that and get food. If she came to New York, I have a friend who's a mentalist and has the longest off-running show on the longest off-running mentalist off-Broadway mentalist show in New York City. and I have standing free tickets there. So I'd probably take her there because that's a cool date, and because they're super cool. I love them. They're super awesome, super cute fucking couple. They do it together. They do their show together and stuff like that. They're really fucking awesome. I guess I could say their name because they are public. But if you Google the longest off-running mentalist off-Broadway mentalist show running in New York City, you'll get them. They're in the East Village, I think, by St. Charles place. They're over there. So I'd probably take her there because that's a cool little thing, and it's like I would take her to all the little things that I do. You know what I mean? I'd take her to the park. Maybe like
You guys play Pokemon Go together, get all the Pokestops.
No, if she wants to do that, I'd like. She's apparently more of a gamer than I ever was. So I'd like to play video games with her. Probably take her out to either, depending on what she eats and stuff like that, just get a slice of pizza and walk around the city. Or, if she wants to go somewhere nicer, there are a few restaurants. I'd like to go to a museum. And then my uncle works in theater in New York. So, like, if I got enough heads up, I probably could get tickets to a fucking pretty decent show.
She doesn't really seem like a pizza kind of girl. She seems like sushi.
Oh, I love taking her to sushi. Yeah, no, I no, anywhere, or I would take her to I take her to Carmine's. Carmine's in the city. I went there. I saw. I guess when the newest I guess it was Star Wars came out. I made a date of it with my ex. We went to Carmine's and then we went and saw Star Wars in the AMC on fucking what's the fucking thing, IMAX or whatever in New York. But she likes chicken parm, so she'd probably love Carmine's. Carmine's is delicious. But yeah, no, I'd take her out to food. The thing is, like me, I don't shut the fuck up. Like all these ideas probably be like a fucking week's worth of dates. You know what I mean?
That's been one day.
Probably, maybe to like fucking Dave and Buster's, for fucking arcade and shit like that. See how good she is at video games. See if she can kick my ass in video games. I rent city bikes and ride around the city if she knows how to ride a bike. Some people don't know how to ride bikes, and she doesn't know how to drive apparently. And I don't want her. She's a woman, so I don't want her to get fucking hit by a car because she's not paying attention.
What's the difference between a woman getting hit by a car and a man getting hit by a car?
No, he gives a fuck about men.
True.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah, no, women are fucking precious. Even the ones that are fucking blue haired and crazy. All women are a gift. Hey man, women are the future of our society. They're the mothers of the earth. Literally, every single person, whether you're gay or not, has touched a vagina in their life, unless you're a C-section baby.
I'm gonna ask you this again just because I'm curious, but obviously you don't have to answer it. How much have you donated to Britney Venti? Do you know how much? Like the number or like the general area?
Maybe like $2,000 or $3,000
in the span of what, a month?
A month or two, yeah.
If you could tell Britney Venti one thing, what would it be?
Thanks. And you're pretty. All the fish, and that's a reference to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
You tell her that you wouldn't ask her for like an unbanning her Discord or like.
Well, I mean,
something.
I'd tell her to listen to this podcast and subscribe to Toxic Pickup, and maybe we can work something out.
Piplup. I'm not a truck.
I always thought it was Pickup. I always thought it was.
I know you did because you always say it. I just don't correct people.
No, I thought it was like Toxic Pickup, like a pickup on a guitar or a mic or something like that. Like that you're listening, and then it's like,
I can't learn guitar. I can't get my fingers like down the strings.
Dude,
because then whenever you like pluck a string, the other one hits your finger. And
download Rocksmith, dude. Get Rocksmith, get a guitar, and it'll teach you how to play.
I have a guitar. There's no backstory behind that.
Do you have Rocksmith?
Nah. Well, I think we're wrapping up. Is there anything you want to promote? You don't really have anything to promote, do you?
Not really.
You need to make a Twitter.
Subscribe to. I got a Twitter, Killerman G.
Is that actually your Twitter?
Yeah, KILLAMAYNG.
Send me the link to it.
Also,
Gotcha.
new NNNETWORK 001 on Instagram. It's New News Network 01 on Instagram.
Just send me. Keep going, and then just send me after this. Just send me the links to them, and I'll put them whenever I upload.
I guess tell them to fucking subscribe to Tommy C's Discord and pay the fucking $2 it takes to fucking boost it, or whatever it takes to subscribe to Tommy C, $5 a month on fucking YouTube. Here's what I tell people: I don't have anything solid right now where I have a way to Jew you out of your money. So give it to Britney Venti, because I'm sure she'll give me it back, because I'm gonna marry her one day, unless she's already married. I'm kidding. Cut this out. This is kind of cringe.
No, I'm not cutting that out. That's great.
Put that. Whatever. Subscribe to Matt Pitt.
I'm cutting that part out.
Pay Tommy C's fucking subscribe to Tommy C and pay for his premium, because he's, I think, one of the best online. I think he's one of the best kept secrets online. When I had no clue the fuck Tommy C was when he did the commentary with Tom Dark on Sam Hyde. I had no fucking clue who he was. And I like Tommy C. I thought at first, like, who's this fucking old boomer talking online? You know what I mean? About shit that, this fucking young people shit. But Tom fucking Dark had a stupid opinion and take on it, I thought.
That's because he's young. He's a fucking idiot like me. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, we're all fucking young idiots at some point. The idea is if you talk to enough people and you listen to enough people, by the time you get to Tommy C's age, you're an old, not idiot,
Or dead.
Oh, and you could be an old asshole rather than be an old asshole, or an old. I like being a dickhead rather than being an asshole. You know why, Toxic?
Why?
Because assholes get fucked, and that's gay, nigga. That's gay. Hey, man, how'd you know my fetish? That I want some girl to eat my ass, but that's freaky, man. That's why I can't marry Britney Venti. I don't think she'd do that.
I mean, you can ask her. Well, no, you're banned from her Discord.
I'll pass. I don't want that. That's fucking weird, bro. I've never had a girl eat my ass. That'd be fucking weird.
You got any last words for the interview?
Yeah, let me be fucking an asshole. POP, hold it down. Black power, stay white and die. Fuck the police, straight out of the underground. Oh, I'm gonna get a real Discord, because Ya Lobo, I realize, is too artsy for everybody. Yeah, plug Ya Lobo, please. 100%. Plug Ya Lobo on discord.com, YALOBO. People are retarded because a lot of it's wordplay and metaphors. It's Ya Lobo, like Yellow Boat, like Beatles' Yellow Submarine. It's also, if you flip the B over, it's Ya Logo, like logos, like what you stand for and stuff like that. It's meant to be a creative server for creative types, people like me and you, and I guess maybe not Tommy C, because Tommy C's just an asshole who comes in and fucking does his bit and goes home. But Tommy C's creative. I'd like to see him there. Matt Pitt, all these fucking super awesome people. I guess Colton can fucking come too, but none of that Michael Jackson shit. Fucking hate Michael Jackson. I mean, he has some good music, but I think I don't like that.
You think Michael Jackson's a pedophile?
I don't know. It seems like he is. But then again, Colton is very vehement that he isn't. So, but I really haven't done enough research into it to have a fucking definitive conclusion. I'm not a big fan of 80s music, but there is a lot of 80s music I do like. But I don't, Michael Jackson shit is like, it's too poppy for me. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't. Billie Jean is a good song. And Thriller. I mean, there are some good songs by Michael Jackson, but Colton kills me how much he fucking plays the guy. It's super annoying. So, Ya Lobo, New News Network, that's NN Network 001 on Instagram, Killaman G, KILLAMAYNG on Twitter, Ya Lobo on Discord, also, if you like this podcast, and you want to see me fuck up Nick Fontes at the Creator Clash, I'm fucking completely broke because I spent all my money on drugs and sex and rock and roll and Britney Venti, and Sam Hyde and Tom C and all these fucking people. Didn't simp for the fucking OnlyFans fucking creators though, because I'm not a fucking perv. Or I guess there's nothing wrong with fucking getting your rocks off every now and then as long as it's consensual. Yeah, give me money. Let me fucking live stream at the fucking get me down there to Content Clash. Men, and if you listen to this, and you feel you're a creative type, get involved. Start small, figure yourself out, make sure you're not a fucking complete asshole. There's nothing wrong with being a little bit of an asshole. But if you're a huge asshole, everybody's gonna fuck the shit out of you. And unless you're gay, you probably don't like that.
You know what a
So-
prolapsed asshole is?
Oh, fuck it. That's disgusting, bro. That's fucking disgusting. I know what it is. That's almost I was gonna say it's almost worse than scat porn, but that's all fucking bad, bro. That's just fucking nasty, bro. Gaping assholes, no. Now that's something I can get behind. Cause then that means I pulled out in time.
You got any last words?
Yeah, sayonara, fuckers. I'm going back to Tommy C's thing, and somebody tell Britney Venti to watch this shit, because I like her, and if she really is single, holla at me in the DMs, girl.